Hello everyone, welcome to Drishti Judiciary. A very warm welcome to all of you and many congratulations for your recent CLAT attempt. Right, this year the paper was easy. That's what the feedback that I have received, and I hope that all of your attempts were correct and you people are going to score really well and you people are going to get the analysis that you have thought of. So without further ado, I'm not going to like take much of your time, right, in talking things about here and there. Let me directly take you to the questions. What were the questions this year and what were their solutions, right? So that the anxiety, the excitement that you people are carrying after the exam gets resolved, right? So let's go to the questions of quantitative techniques, right? In quantitative techniques, first we had this passage. According to the estimates of the World Inequality Report 2022, in India, men earn 82% of the labor income, whereas women earn 18% of it. A women agriculture field laborer makes rupees 88 per day, lesser than her male counterpart, according to the Ministry of Agriculture data for 2021. While a man is paid rupees 383 a day on an average, a woman makes a mere rupees 294 a day. The gap in their daily wages is more than the cost of 2 kilograms of rice. This gap differs from state to state. Field laborers, for instance, make the most money in Kerala, while a man gets rupees 789 per day. A woman is paid rupees 537. While this is the highest amount paid to a women laborer in a state, it is also rupees 252 lesser than what her male counterpart was paid as of 2020 and 2021. Tamil Nadu has the highest gender wage gap among agricultural field laborers at 112%. It is followed by Goa 61% and Kerala. The wage gap is the lowest in Jharkhand and Gujarat 6% each, but the women laborers there get paid just rupees 239 and rupees 247 per day respectively. Men earn more than women across all forms of work. The gap greatest for the self-employed. In 2023, male self-employed workers earn 2.8 times that of women. In contrast, male regular wage workers earned 24% more than women, and male casual workers earned 48% more. The gender gap in earning is still a persistent phenomena. However, there is a difference in trends. The gender gap has increased for self-employed workers while falling for regular wage workers. Male regular wage workers earned 34% more than women from 2019 to 2022, with the gap falling to 24% in 2023. All right, so this was a passage based on World Inequality Report, right, about the gap, gap in the payment based on gender. And now based on this particular part, what questions we had. So I'm going to shift this question slightly here so that we get some space to solve this question. If a female casual worker earns rupees 200 per hour, what is the hourly wage of a male casual worker, given that male casual worker earns 48% more than female casual workers? Now see, in this particular question there is no need for you to see the passage, because it is clearly given in the question that a female casual worker earns 200 per hour, right? And now the male casual worker earns 48% more than female casual worker. So we have to find out the wage, hourly wage of male casual worker, right? So 48%, sir, 48% of 200 rupees, that is 96 rupees. This tells me that the male casual worker earns 96 rupees more than female casual worker. So male casual workers wage will be 200 plus 96, that is 296. Option B was correct over there, right? A very simple question. All right, now assume that in 2022 the earning gap between the male and female self-employed workers was 2.5 times. In 2023 the gap increased to 2.8 times. What is the percentage increase in the gap, in the earnings gap for self-employed workers from 2022 to 2023? Now see, same thing is given to you in the passage itself, right? Same information is given to you in the passage itself, right? that in 2023 the gap between male and female, right, is 2.8. And now in the question he says that in 2022 the gap was 2.5 times, right? The gap between male and female self-employed workers was 2.5 times in their earning, right, earning gap, and now it became 2.8. So we have to find percentage increase, but for this question you do not need any value, right? You do not need any value like what was male earning, right, or what was female earning. It is as simple as a percentage question where you find the difference between the values and you calculate with respect to the previous value. So previously the gap was 2.5, now gap became 2.8. So increase is of how much? 2.8 minus 2.5, right? This will be an increase of 0.3. 0.3 increase on 2.5, which was your previous gap, into 100. This will give me the percentage value, right? So this difference will be 0.3 divided by 2.5 into 100, right? With 2.5 this will cancel out 40 times, because with 25 if 100 gets cancelled out 4 times, with 2.5 it will be 10 times of 4, so 40 into 3, right? This will be 12%. Option A would be the answer, right? 12%, right? So this was also a percentage based question. Fine. Let's go to the next question. We need some space. All right. So now my question says, which of the following statement is correct? The wage gap of Goa and Kerala state is less than Tamil Nadu, right? See, in my passage, it was said that uh, as of 2021, right, Tamil Nadu has the highest gender wage gap among agriculture field laborers, right, at 112%. So Tamil Nadu has the highest gender wage gap, right? It is followed by Goa, which is at 61%, and Kerala. Since Tamil Nadu had the highest wage gap and it is getting followed by Goa and Kerala, so this tells me the wage gap of Goa and Kerala is less than that of Tamil Nadu. That is for sure, because if Tamil Nadu has the highest wage gap, right, obviously, right, Kerala and Goa are going to have less wage gap than Tamil Nadu, and the wage gap of Tamil Nadu is greater than Jharkhand and Goa, Gujarat. See, then the next part says the wage gap is lowest in Jharkhand and Gujarat, 6% each, right? So in Jharkhand and Gujarat wage gap rate, it is the lowest one, which is 6% each. So obviously the wage gap of Jharkhand and Gujarat will be less than Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu will be having a greater wage gap than Jharkhand and Gujarat. So both these statements were correct. My answer will be both A and B, option C, right? Both A and B, option C. All right. Next part, it says if the wage paid to men working in agriculture sector in Goa are rupees 335 at an average, what is the amount of wage paid to women in that region, right? See, Goa has a gender wage gap of 61%, right? It was written followed by Goa, 61% wage gap, right? So Goa has a wage gap of 61%, right? So now we have to find out the amount of wages paid to women in Goa, while men gets paid 335, right? So what it would be, 335 minus, sir, 61% of 335, right? Because the wage gap is 61%, right? The difference is 61%. Difference is 61%. So if I find 61% of this, right, if I multiply this value and subtract it from 335, I will be getting right. All right, I beg your pardon, I interpreted this question wrong. See, wage, the difference, right, of wage gap in Goa, right, the wage gap difference in Goa is 61%, right, and men is getting paid 335 rupees on an average. So women will be having 61% of 335. If I find this value, let's see what this value gives me. 1 5 then 3 3 and 33, right, uh, 3 carry 6, 6 and 18, 6 and 18, 4, 2 carry 2 carry 204.35, right? This will be 204.35 to 204 approx, because the wage gap difference is given, that is 61%. So obviously women will be getting 61% of this amount, that will be 204 approx, right? Option A. Next one, with reference to the information question in question 109 above, right? In 109, if female casual workers earns 200 per hour, right? We have to find hourly men wage when one earns 48% more. With reference to the information question 109 above, which region of the below mentioned states offers the least wages to women workers in any sector, right? So now we have to find out, all right, which region of the below mentioned states offered the least wages to women workers in any sector, right? Because see, lowest wage paid is for, uh, like if I use this 200 rupees, female casual workers earns 200 rupees per hour, right? And male earns 296, right? If male is going to doing this, but if I read my passage clearly, see, if I read my passage clearly, it was that women laborers there are get paid just rupees 239, and in Gujarat they are getting paid 247, right? So compared to other states, Tamil Nadu, Jharkhand, right, here women are getting least paid 239. So my answer will be Jharkhand, right? There was no need for you to see the data of question 109, right? See, it was saying with reference to the information in question 109 above, right? That means you have to see that in the passage, right? If you were using the data of question 109, that will not bring any particular object in your answer. All right, so for this question, answer will be option D. Next, in 2023, if the average annual income of female self-employed workers is rupees 250, okay, how much do male self-employed workers earn on an average? So in 2023, right, if I see that, see, in 2023 male self-employed workers earn 2.8 times that of women, correct? And now it is said that average female income is 250 rupees. So if males are going to earn 2.8 times of this 250, so 2 times it will be 5 and 8 times it will be 25, 8, 200, right? So it will be 700. Option C would be the correct answer. All right, option C, because it was clearly mentioned in the passage, right, that in 2023 male self-employed workers, they earn 2.8 times of females. All right, so now we had next passage. So I hope all the answers in this passage of yours would have been correct. Now Mr. Das is working in a construction company. He has a family including his wife and a daughter. His total monthly income includes a salary of rupees 9228 and a 10% house rent allowance. All right, so his income is 9228 and now he is earning 10% house allowance on this. So this tells me he will be getting a house allowance or house rent allowance of 922.8. So his total income will be 9228 plus 922.8. So it will be 10,150.8, right? That will be his total income that we have calculated. Next, due to increasing inflation, he is keeping a home budget that accounts for the income and expenses of the household. Out of his total monthly income, he spends 25% on food expenses, 18% on pays the house rent, 9% on entertainment, 23% on education of his child, 13% on medical expenses, and he saves 12% of his total monthly income. Based on the above information, answer the following questions. All right. How much money remains for other expenses after house rent and savings? See, on house rent, he is paying 18%, right? And savings, he is making 12%. So total house rent and saving both total will be 30%. So if he like if house rent and savings makes a total of 30%, the remaining percentage will be 70%, because you know that total income is 100%, right? In terms of percentage, total is always 100%, right? So his total income will be 100%, and now if 30% of the total income, right, makes house rent and saving, then other expenses will be 100 minus 30, that is 70%. So we simply need to calculate that 70% of total income, that was 10,150.8, is how much, right? So it will be 1015.08 into 7. If I take this value, right, because he is not giving me any decimal value, so but still I will calculate this. This is not a very tough calculation. 0 1 carry, right? 7105. 7105. So option C, 7106 would be the approximate answer. All right. Next, if the expenditure on food and entertainment is increased by 10% due to inflation in prices, what will be new percentage of savings in the same amount monthly salary? All right. So for this question, I need some space. So what I will do, I'll zoom out a bit so that I can show you the solution. Right, if the expenditure on food and entertainment is increased by 10%, now see, expenditure on food and entertainment, on food expenditure is 25% and on entertainment expenditure is 9%. So total expenditure will be on food and rent would be 25 plus 9, that is 34%, right? So currently he is making 34% of his total incomes. He is currently like spending 34% of his total income on food and house rent together, or sorry, on food and entertainment together. So 10,150.8, right? And now this is something we needed to calculate, right? So if I'm going to calculate this, or what could I do? See, I'll make this simple. Since he is increasing this by 10%, since he is, because the calculation will become lengthy. If I want to short my calculation, what I will do, currently he is spending 34%, and now due to inflation, 10% of this 34% is getting extra, right? So now what I will do, I'll simply calculate 10% of this is how much, because that will be easy. So it will be 3.4% increase. So on 34% current spending, right, there is extra spending of 3.4%. So it will be 37.4%, right? It will be 37.4%. Fine. That and now since this is my extra value, since this is my extra value, sir, what you can do, either you can calculate like 37.4% is how much, or 3.4% extra on your total income, right? And then you calculate 12% of your total income. But see, understand this, 12% of total income is how much, और फिर उसमें से आप 3.4% की value को subtract करके then you calculate the remaining saving on your previous saving. You are making your calculation too tough. See, you must know this very well, that in percentage, this is my extra, and this extra is going to be where I'm going to spend this extra amount from my current saving, which is 12%. So from 12%, if I am spending 3.4 extra, that means my remaining saving will be 8.6%. My remaining saving will be 8.6%, right? So this was this solution. Bas itna sa, right? It was only this much that you needed to find. Let's go to the next question. How much total money he has spent on food and entertainment? Sir, on food he is spending 25% and on entertainment he is spending 9%. So total spending is 34%. This we have calculated in the previous question, and now we are going to calculate like 34% of 10,150 is how much, right? So if I solve this, I have to multiply these values 1508. Let's make it this way, right? 2306. Now I have to do it this way. There is no other way around, or I calculate them separately, but that will also take time, right? So because the calculation is not that going to be tough, we can calculate it here, right? So now this was point, so obviously this point will be here, and now I'm going to take point up to 3 decimals. So 3 4, right, 5 1, 3 4 5 1. So like I could have answered, because if I have to take approximate value, right, none of the above could also be the answer, or I can answer 3 4 6 1, right? So I can answer 3 4 6 1 or none of the above, right? But I will go with none of the above. If I were you, I would have gone with none of the above. All right. Then how much money does Mr. Das pay as house rent? So on house rent, he is spending 18%, right? So now simply calculate what is 18% of his income is. Just this value, right? So it will be approximate 1827, right? I hope that you people could calculate this, right? This was easy. You people would have calculated this, right? It will be approximate 1827 approximate value. All right, next one, if Mr. Das gets 12% annual interest on the saving and he wishes to save 30,000 in 2 years period, how much extra should he save the next year? See, he's getting 12% annual interest and he makes a saving of 12%, as I remember, right? He makes a saving of 12%. So 12% saving on 10,000, 150.8, right? If I calculate this, again I have to see the multiplication, so I'll do it here, right? 6100302805101, right? So now it was point and then 3 decimals. 1218, I'll take this approximate value 1218.096, I'm not considering, right? So he makes a monthly saving of 1218 rupees, and now this he is going to save for next 12 months, right? So in that case it will be 12180 10 times, and now 6 3 4 and 2 2 4 3 2 4 3 6 would be the extra. This will be 6 4 and 1, right? It will be 14,616, right? This much he is going to save, 14,616, and now on this he is getting 12% interest, right? So he gets a 12% interest. So now I am going to calculate this 12% interest on this 14,616. Which I have already calculated. So I'll write 1753 approximate value, right? I'll take this approximate value, and now if I add this, right? If I add this, so like for the first year he is going to make this much saving. For the first year he is going to make this much saving, and now from the start of second year, at the end he will be getting 12% interest on this. So he will be getting this much interest. That means at the end of 2 years from the first year saving, how much total he is going to get? So add this value, it will be 9 6 3 1 carry 16,369, 16,369 rupees, right? And now if he gives like 16,369 rupees from first year, second year also he is going to make this much saving, right? This is what he is going to get at the end of 2 years from first year saving. But after 12 months, from 13 month, right, he will again save 1218 rupees for next 12 months. That means at the end of 2 years, this much saving is going to come as extra on my first year's saving and interest, right? So if I add this saving here, right, this tells me that, sir, his total would be 30,985. 30,985. So how much extra he should save next year? Nothing extra, because he is already saving more than 30,000 in this 2 year time, right? So there is no need for him to save anything extra. All right. Let's go to the next question. Which of the following is true regarding the home budget of Mr. Das? Total amount spent on house rent, entertainment and education is greater than total amount spent on food expense, medical expense and savings. The total amount spent on entertainment, medical expense and education is equal to the total amount spent on house rent, food expense and saving. Total amount spent on saving, medical expense and education is less than total amount spent on house rent, food expense and entertainment. So if I use option C, right, you have to calculate each and every of the option, right? But if I use option C here, which says the total amount spent on savings, medical expense and education. Total amount spent on savings, medical expense and education, right? Saving is 12%, medical expense is 13% and education is 23%. So 12 plus 23 is 35, 35 plus 13, 48%, right? So this will be 48%. Right, is less than total amount spent on house rent, food expense and entertainment. See, house rent is 18%, right? Food expense is 25% and entertainment is 9%. So 18 plus 9, 27, 27 plus 25, 27 plus 25, 27 plus 25, 52, right? Now please do tell me, is it less or not? Because like here I'm not going to calculate the values because this expenditure is made from the total income. 48% is a value less than this, right? See, if I so option C would have been the correct answer, right? If anyone has a doubt, let's try option A. House rent, entertainment and education. House rent, entertainment and education. This we have calculated. See, house rent, education and entertainment. 18 plus 23 would be 41. 41 plus 9, 50. Right, 50%. So other expense will be is greater than the total amount spent on food expense, medical expense and saving. All right, I'll calculate this. See, food expense is 25, medical is 13. So this will be 38, 38 plus 12, 50. So both these values are equal, right? The second value is equal. So they are equal. So obviously option A would not be the answer. I have already calculated this. That's why I knew that option C will be correct, right? So these were your questions from quantitative aptitude, and I hope that you got all these questions to be correct, right? And your experience had been great when it comes to your CLAT paper. And I hope that you all have done these questions correctly and you are getting very good marks, right? So I wish you all the very best luck for your futures. But before we go, I would also like to announce one thing. Like Drishti is starting your CLAT preparation 2026 batch, right? We are launching two batch. One batch will be a weekend batch that is going to start from 14th of December. This will be an offline batch and you can access this batch online through Drishti learning app, right? And there will be one weekday batch that is going to start from 16th of December. This is also an offline batch at Karol Bagh, right? The weekend batch is also at Karol Bagh, but you can avail this batch through online medium, right? Via Drishti learning app, right? For more information, sir, you people can visit our website www.drishtijudiciary.com/CLAT course, right? So please visit the website for more information about the batches, right? And thank you so much for watching this session. All the best for your future endeavors, and those who are going to prepare for next year. Sir, I wish you people all the very best that you for your preparation, and I wish you all the luck that next year also a paper something like this should come so that you people also score well. Thank you everyone. Jai Hind.